In today's Leeds news, Elvedi transfer twist, no go for Amabam Deli, old link returns in Turner-Roya, James enters the record books, and Leeds linked with Svensson. Morning folks, you're here at The View on Thursday morning, the 23rd of January with your Leeds United news. Hope you're all in a good form after another decent win last night, a 2-0 win at Elland Road. Another clean sheet, 3 points in the bag. Back top of the league, massive game against Burnley on Monday night. Again, the Leeds will have to try and go out and win to fix the previous Burnley result and also to open a big gap between them and Burnley in third place if they can. Bit of news to get stuck in today. It's not all great news and there's some rumour stuff here as well, so you can make out what you want of this as I go through. But we'll start off with the Niko Elvedi transfer link that's been lingering around for quite a bit, and there's some possible positive news on Leeds' efforts to potentially sign Niko Elvedi. We heard Ben Jacobs on the channel last week say that the Elvedi link is a concrete link with Leeds, but whether they move for the player now or in the summer has yet to be sorted. According to German outlet Kicker today, they claim that Borussia Mönchengladbach are close to signing FC Copenhagen centre-back Kevin Deeks. Elvedi is reported to have an £8.2 million buyout clause in his contract, and with Deeks coming in to Gladbach, that would mean that Elvedi could be potentially freed up to move away from the club. The summer is still labelled, according to Kicker's reports, as the most obvious time for his move to Leeds, if he was to move to Leeds, as Dykes is not expected to sign until the summer, but they're in talks right now about that one. Elvedi would be considered a very top-end centre-back signing for Leeds United, one of the best centre-backs in Europe at the moment, having a really strong season, and he's a Premier League level player, so it does make sense that Leeds are lining up players for the potential summer window if they are promoted to the Premier Division. So fingers crossed on that. Fingers crossed we get up first, and then after that we can worry about these. But yeah, Elvedi does look to me like it'll be a summer one. It's unlikely to move earlier, although an £8.2 million buyout clause is not a lot of money when you think about it, especially if you get promoted. So we'll keep an eye on that one. Other centre halves linked with Leeds, and a bit of potentially bad news for Leeds on this one. And according to reports in France, it's bad news for Leeds on their quest to sign Amabam Deli. The out-of-favour Nottingham Forest centre-back is said to be in France as we speak, negotiating a deal with Strasbourg. According to L'Equipe in France, Amabam Deli is in Strasbourg right now, said to be completing his move to the French side. Amabam Deli would have cost Leeds £11 million, a potential loan move until the summer with an obligation for £11 million. And if the Elvedi transfer rumour has any truth to it, and an £8 million buyout there, Leeds can do significantly better business bringing in a better centre-back for less money. So there could be a smart move there, but it doesn't help Leeds right now, and that's the problem. In this story, again today as well, the Yorkshire Evening Post put out a piece as well where they're saying that Leeds have said that there was never any interest from them on Amabam Deli. Now, Leeds have come out 2 weeks ago and very quickly poured cold water on the Morgan Berisha deal, saying that Leeds have no interest in him within the day of it being linked. The same happened for Diavia. Within hours of that story coming out, they have a source had gone to the YEP to say not true. They haven't said a word on Amabam Deli until today, when he's moving to France. So you can read into that what you want. Moving on, let's talk about an old link that has returned to Leeds that started in the summer and has continued again. And Leeds did have a strong look at Jordan Turner-Roya in the summer, but at the end, they didn't make a move for the player. There were some uncredible reports that Leeds had put in a £4.6 million bid and that was rejected. But from the credible sources, Leeds apparently withdrew from that after getting the fee. Now reports have linked the German-born Nigerian international with a move to Leeds once again. According to Sky Sports Germany's Florian Plettenberg, Turner-Roya has rejected a new deal at Ghent, and his current deal is due to expire in June. Hence why Leeds, with the current model, made that move for the player in the summer, knowing he'd only 1 year left on his deal, to try and get him on a cut price deal. But the report states that the player wants a move to one of Europe's top 5 leagues, and that Turner-Roya is on the verge of a move. And speaking on X, Florian Plettenberg said the following: Jordan Turner-Roya is on the verge of a move. The 27-year-old centre-back, currently under contract at Ghent till the end of the season, has rejected a concrete extension offer from the club. His desires are to move to one of Europe's top 5 leagues, and a winter transfer is not off the table. The defender is in outstanding form and having a very strong season, and inquiries have already been made. Whether those inquiries have come from Leeds or have come from elsewhere, we don't know yet. He does fit what Leeds are missing in the back line, but again, do they move now? They can negotiate a free contract with him right now, get that agreement in place, and he could join Leeds in the summer. We'll have to wait and see what happens on that one, but it's probably too easy a link for me. It's been around before, and I think it's Leeds need a centre-back, and it's possibly just being linked that way. So, but you make up your mind. You decide what you think. Moving on to Dan James breaking some records, and James is having another really, really strong standout season for Leeds United, and a goal and an assist again last night, continuing to add to his powers at Elland Road. Last season, James had 20 goal contributions, which was 13 goals and 7 assists in 40 games, 20 starts. In that season, he contributed a goal from his starting positions, nearly a goal every second game. This season so far in 17 starts, Daniel James has clocked up 7 goals and 4 assists, 11 goal contributions in 17 starts, 22 games overall when you include his sub-appearances. Opta's Johnny Cooper discovered that after the Norwich City game, the Leeds had won their last 16 home games when Dan James has scored. Cooper on X posted the following comment. It's the most games a Leeds player has scored in at Elland Road and won every single time in the club's history. It's nice to see Dan James go into the history book. I've always liked Dan James since he's come to Leeds because of what happened with the initial move that was supposed to happen, and then he went to that other club and then he came back. So I'm a big fan of Dan James. I think he works hard for the team. Side before self player, I always say it, but yeah, excellent again last night, and great to see him in the Leeds United record books, and thanks to Johnny Cooper for that stat. And then moving on to the final story of today. It's a quiet enough day because it's the day after a league game, but Leeds have been linked with a fullback. The Junior Firpo situation at Leeds United is well known. He is currently in a situation where he can negotiate a pre-contract agreement to leave Leeds in the summer on a free transfer, which means Leeds will be shopping for a left back this summer. According to Sky Germany's Philipp Heinze, he says that Leeds and Red Bull Leipzig both have labelled interest in the Swedish-born fullback Daniel Svensson. Leeds were linked with Svensson during the summer, as I say, but they could potentially move from him again earlier, and he could come in January should the club decide that a move is necessary. Leeds are probably okay at left back. Max Ferber's an issue, but Junior Firpo's back now as well. Isaac Schmidt can play there if needed, and Sam Byron's been very good there all season, so it kind of feels like probably a summer move for me. But Heinze was speaking on X, and he said the following about the situation. Exclusive, Daniel Svensson is on the list of Leipzig. Initial loose talks have taken place. Fits the LV profile, not hot yet. Realistic price tag 6 to 7 million euro. Leeds is also interested in the player. 6 to 7 million euros, about 4.6 to 5.6 million pounds. So again, not a very expensive signing, and the 22-year-old is a very talented young left fullback, but there is also talks of some Premier League interest in the player as well, so it might not be as cut and dry. And as we've seen with the Emi Buendia situation in recent weeks, if there is Premier League interest, chances are Leeds won't even bother because they'll lose out. So they'll have a look, they'll declare their interest in the player, and then they'll have to wait to see what the options are before they make that move. But yeah, as I say, the problem is if a Premier League club moves for a player that we're interested in, then the Leeds move is toast. So unfortunately, we're in a situation where we have to deal with that. Let's get out of this league, and next year we can focus on bringing in players that actually will want to play at the level that we're at. So gotta be careful with that one as well, not bring in mercenaries like we did last time. But that'll be it for me today, folks. Massive thanks as always. Just to say a massive thank you to everyone who popped over to say hello to me yesterday. It was really cool talking to lads at McDonald's after the game, before the game in the pavilion as well. Howard in the hospitality entrance as well. Great to talk to everybody, and obviously Smarty from Our to Know Better and Jay as well to talk to them. I met Timo Hildebrenner, the German manager that spoke about wanting the Leeds job a couple of weeks ago. I met him for a pint as well, so nice guy, good guy. Might be coming on the channel for a podcast as well, knows his football. So we'll see how that goes. Back in the morning for Leeds news, and we will have a preview to the weekend's games on Saturday. There'll be a podcast out tomorrow night as well, and we'll have some news on Saturday morning as well because the game is on Monday night. So we'll make up for the day we missed yesterday. Folks, thanks for watching, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.